Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Well, I'm in my new house. The lighting is super bright here. Really good lighting. I don't know if I like it that much, but well, I just woke up late. I was up late trying to put all my mess together, which I'm going to show y'all a second of. I have a ton of stuff, and it's taken me forever to move. My moving partner kind of flaked out on me, and so I only have like half of the stuff here that I want. My good cooking pans they haven't been brought over yet. It's been a disaster. I hate moving, absolutely hate it. Plus I have a lot of stuff. More stuff than a person should be allowed to have. I have way too much stuff. But I decided I'm going to make grilled cheese sandwiches with tomato soup, one of my favorite things. And it's super simple. For my first cooking video, it's just something super simple that anybody can make. And it's so good. It's so like toasty, warm, satisfying. I love that kind of food. So I'm going to show y'all what I have here. I've got the bread. And I've got this sliced mild cheddar, and I also like Swiss cheese. It makes a really interesting taste for a grilled cheese, but I love that. I got my spatula, my spoon, and my tomato soup. It's a cheapo brand, but the best brand that I've ever tasted is Progresso. I think it's creamy soup, tomato soup. It's so good. It's so good. And this is the cutest thing on earth. It is a pig butter dish. So cute. So adorable. And these are my crappy pans that I've had for a long time. Like I say, I couldn't find my good ones. So this one's big enough to put the thing in. I have a stainless steel, and I have some cast iron, which I like. My favorite to cook with is stainless steel or either cast iron. And this little pan, I haven't used it in a long time, but it's perfect for the size of soup. It's all I could find. And well, okay, I'm using this new tripod thing that I got, so I'm gonna try to manage it. Wow, my neighbor's kids are outside making noise. Moose! That's my dog Moose. He's barking. I think they hit my garage door. Let me see if there's any damage. Okay, but I'm going to start out with I'm going to turn this oven on, or the stovetop on. And I'm using a new tripod, a little tripod. I just put it together. And I'm going to start off with turning on the burner for the grilled cheese. I think I'll leave that one. Okay. I'm going to turn it on kind of low, kind of like a medium low. Let that kind of heat up. I'm going to open my bread here. Get me a couple slices of bread out. Okay, everything seems to be okay. My neighbor's kids are really loud. Okay, is this not the cutest thing? I can't get over how cute she is. I think I got her at the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store. I can't really remember where I got her. But, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my oven, or not the oven, the stovetop. I'm going to turn it on at about medium, low medium, something like that. Not too hot. You don't want it to be burning, but you need it hot enough to melt the butter. And grilled cheeses, like I say, are one of the easiest things to make. I'm going to go ahead and open my bread here. Get me 2 slices of bread out. And this is just regular white bread. It's just plain old white bread. I have made grilled cheeses with wheat bread. Unless you like wheat bread, you probably wouldn't like that taste. And I've lost my little my twist tie. Put my twist tie back on so my bread doesn't dry out. And then I'm going to get a couple of slices of the cheddar so I can put it back in the fridge before this gets a little too soft. Got my paper towel. I'm going to put my cheese right there. And sometimes I do get the sharp cheddar because I really love sharp cheddar. But I got mild cheddar this time. Now I'm going to get me some of the Swiss cheese. I'm just going to get one slice of the Swiss cheese. Actually, these are kind of thin. I might get two. Okay, I'm going to get two slices because these are kind of thin. My cheese right here. My camera is really heavy, and this tripod is kind of little lightweight. I got it in it's from the Go Viral Follow Me vlogging kit. I got it at Walmart. It was on sale for $7, and it's regular. I looked it up and it was $39. So it comes with the tripod, a microphone, and the light, and a camera holder, a slide-on camera holder. So I'm going to put these in the fridge so they don't get too soft. Okay, now my pan is pretty warm. I might turn it down a little bit. I'm going to take some of my butter, a little piggy butter. I want it to, and I'm going to slice off a chunk of butter here. Put it in my pan. I'm going to slowly turn it around. Hoping that my phone is so heavy. Try to ignore the mess on the other counter, but okay, I'm going to put some butter in there. It is a little warm, so I'm going to turn it down. Yeah. And I'm going to kind of chop that up a little bit to help it melt. I'm going to put the butter in there and turn the heat back up a little tiny bit. I didn't want the butter to burn. If you put butter in a really hot pan, it can turns brown. It turns into brown butter. So I turned it down just a little bit, just for the butter. I'm going to turn it back up a little bit to make sure it's cooking okay. I'm going to get I like a lot of butter on mine. I'm a real butter fan. I love real butter. Actually, this is not real butter. This is, I think it's Bluebonnet. I do like real butter, but the cost. Sometimes I get Bluebonnet, which is my go-to substitute. Every once in a while, I'll get real butter if it's on sale, if I can find a good price. Oops, real butter there. Not going to hurt anything. Okay, now I'm going to take my cheese. It doesn't take that much time really to cook. You can see the butter's melting really good. Turn it about medium. And then I'm going to put one slice of my Swiss, a slice of cheddar, a slice of my Swiss, another slice of cheddar. That's a pretty cheesy, that's 4 slices, but they're thin slices, so it should be very cheesy. And while that is, turn it up to medium. While that is kind of getting a little toasty, I'm going to open my can of tomato soup, and then I'm going to pour it into the pan right there. Just getting this prepped up. I'm going to slowly warm this up. And it's basically already a cooked, I got tomato sauce on. It's already a cooked product, basically, the way they prepare it before they can it. So basically all you're doing is just warming it up. And with this, usually put like 1 can of water. Some of them you don't put any water in. Or you can put milk. Okay, this says 1 can of water, 1 can of milk. So I got my cup of water that I've been drinking out of. I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there. And sometimes I don't fill it all the way up. I've only put, there's like, I don't know if you can see, maybe a ½ inch from the top once it's level. And I'm gonna pour that in there because I don't like my soup to be too runny. And sometimes when you put the whole can in there, to me it seems a little runny. I'm gonna push that can top down in there. I'm gonna put this over here. Now I'm going to put the top on my sandwich. And I'm going to turn this soup on. Oops, turn the wrong one. Turn it on to about medium. I'm going to let that warm up. And I'm going to check. I got a little butter here. Let me get this off. It'll be okay right there. This pan is so little. That's why I wanted my big pan. This is getting really toasty. That's about perfectly toasted. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over, and it's not gonna be cooperating. There. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more butter on there underneath. Just pick it up, slide the butter under there, cook it. And I'm going to adjust it. Anytime you think it's getting too smoky, or if you think something is getting, you know, a lot of people say, I can't cook, I burn everything. You know, you got to pay attention to the heat. And it is, you know, honestly, I don't like electric stoves. I like gas. It's easier to cook with, and it's more consistent with the heat. So when you're turning down an electric stove or turning it up, sometimes some of them are different. Some of them heat up really quick, and some heat up. It takes a second or more time. But gas stoves are, you know, you can see the flame. You can actually see what how your heat is. And with an electric stove, you've got to just trust that it's at the right temperature. So this, to me, I just really hate electric stoves. I can't stand them. But this is what the house came with. So someday I want to buy my own gas stove. It'll be a while, be a long time. And really starting to smoke up that butter. That butter is really toasting it up, and going to now mix. I'm going to mix this up. It's been on low heat, and I'm going to mix it up with the water that I put in there. And it's just, you can kind of feel sometimes on the bottom, if it's cooking too fast, it'll get like a little bit thick on the bottom. And if it's doing that, you need to constantly stir it or either turn down the heat. Got a little breadcrumb in there, it won't kill anything. And now I'm going to turn off the heat on my sandwich, because I'm pretty sure it's getting pretty done. Smells really good. Ooh. I think a piece of the cheese dropped off there onto the bottom. Yeah. I'm gonna let that just sit quietly there, get toasty. This is it. It's melting through. It's a really heavy sandwich, but I need my plate. Oh, I've lost my plate. I have this really old plate that I use sometimes. There it is. Because I can't find any of my good plates. I don't know what happened to them. I have no clue where everything is. Don't want my napkin to burn. I'm just going to taste this. Since it's me by myself, I'm going to taste it. But if I was serving food to other people, I'm not going to stick the same spoon back in there, you know. I'm very, very picky about that. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Yeah, it needs a little bit more heat to it. So delicious. I need a bowl. I washed some this morning. I'm having to wash everything that I've moved. And my kitchen's a disaster. I don't know where everything is or where I'm going to put everything actually. But I washed a few things just so I could kind of make it through the weekend. But I've got to wash. A lot of my stuff came out of a storage unit, which is really dusty. Okay, got my bowl. I'm going to cover my butter back up. And I'll put her in the fridge in a minute. And this sandwich is getting pretty toasty on the bottom. I don't want it to burn. I like it a little bit well done, about this color that it is. That's perfectly toasted to me. And like I say, I use a lot of excess cheese. Probably you could use like 2 slices, maybe 3, but I like a lot of cheese. And let's see if this, it's getting a little bit thicker. Yeah, it becomes more creamy as you cook it. Usually it'll become a little bit thicker. Yeah, it's done. I'm gonna turn it off. I turned off my stove. Both my burners are off. And now I'm gonna plate my grilled cheese. Let me maneuver some of this stuff around. I'm gonna pour my soup into my bowl and plate my grilled cheese. Okay. If I can. This is my first professional cooking video. This tripod is not cooperating. And move it back. Put my plate here. Ignore the scratched up old plate. It's just had its day. I need to probably discard it. Tripod, please stay. Okay. Now it's a little light on this side, but it's good enough for me. I'm going to actually flip it over. So that's the toast that I got off this. I mean, the toastiness, and some of the cheese it came out of the sides and it got a little cooked, which I love that. It tastes like a crisp, like a cheese crisp, if you can see what I'm talking about. It got a little burned. Not burned, just got a little cooked, but it tastes good. To me, I love stuff like that. Okay, now I'm going to pour my soup into the bowl. Hope I don't make a mess here. It's got a little spout here. Ooh. Okay, I don't want to drip all over everything. When I cook, I try to be as neat as possible. I don't want to put that back on. I'm just going to put it on the oven there. Okay, so now I have my grilled cheese and my tomato soup, and there you go. It was very simple, very easy. Just open the can of soup, heat it up, and with the grilled cheese you put butter on one side, put the cheese in the middle, put the top on it, let it melt, and put some butter on the other, or flip it over, slide the butter under there. Some people take the sandwich out, put it on the side, and then melt the butter again, but you can learn to do little things, you know. Just slide the butter under there. There you go. Hey, little piggy. Okay, thank you all. Y'all have a good day.